Hello, loves. Oh, goodness. I'm still in a little bit of recovery from getting too much sun on Park Day last Friday. Uh, I'm not as pale as I used to be. Oh, my skin's all weird. Anyways, I am about to do April with Arwen, not this video, the next. I was going to put some gloss on to help me even up my tone, but if I do that, it gets all over the lid of my water cup. It has a silicone lid and it just attracts everything. So we'll make do with my lip balm to just look a little glossy. Alright, so my lovelies. As you know, I've been really enjoying my edging and trimming videos. And I would like to share what I've done with my the Faery Forest Oracle, an Oracle of Wild Green World by Lucy Cavendish. I believe the artist is Maxine Gadd. And my box came a little dinged. I don't know why. Other than the corner here, it's in very good condition. And also the book has a little bit of a ding or a tear, some oddity on the corner as well. But other than that, everything else is very intact and good. The cards are perfect. It's pretty sturdy, so no, it can take a hit or two. Did well in the move. So what I did was, for my color edging of the Faery Forest Oracle, is I just used my Black Sharpie. And I don't know where my big, huge, fat one is, so I ended up using my chisel tip. Okay. And if you want to see what that looks like, if you haven't seen my other videos, it is, and I'll do it in front of my face because my skin tones. Can you see it? It's like a slanted flat surface. Really good for using on the edge of cards. And I know that doesn't sound very exciting, but I gotta tell you, when you do edging, it actually is quite soothing, hypnotic, but a little stinky when you do it with Sharpies. That's about the only thing I don't like about it, is the stink. So if you've seen the deck before, it has a 1, 2, 3 layer border in black, but then when you turn it to the side, oh, and see, you're getting a little surprise peek there, you see this white border normally with this nice dark border that it has. So here is one of my favorite cards in the deck. The cards have a few of them with the similar colors on the edges, but the inner edge matches the color tones within the picture, and then it goes like a really neat brown, and then it has the outer black edging, so it makes it very easy to decide to do a black on the side. Now I know some people are trimming out the borders, but I found that when I tried to edge without at least a bit of border, it makes it really I don't know, sloppy on the sorry, got cats moving around making noises. Sloppy on the sometimes the inside edge or the very back of the card for me. Most of the time, if you have a glossy finish, you can get most of it off right away if you catch it all. But if you don't, you can have a little bit of a mess. And because I'm using Sharpie, it can be a little, hard. So far, I've been able to get most off except for one so far on my oracles and tarot. And so I'm really, I really had a fun time edging this one. I feel like there's a really big difference in the tone and look at the deck when you add the color or black. I mean, you could easily have tried to match the green or the it looks kind of a browny tan color in there, and it's very glossy, so if you have little mistakes, if you do it right away, you can clean them off. And when you fan it, and this will give you an opportunity, oh, I actually did it better the other way. Yeah. See how you can really see the white when you fan, whereas when you have the black, it's just very solid looking. Even with a few colors, it still looks much nicer to have the black on it. It's such a darker, nice, even tone. So that is why a lot of people like it. But I did do something fun. I was like, okay, I'll leave a few edged so you can see the difference between the white and the black. And remember, these have not changed size, and yet it seems almost as if the deck has gotten a little smaller and the white makes it look like they're taller, but really it hasn't. So, yep. I actually shuffled this once because I was pulling a card for a relative. They called and said, hey, can you just take a peek at something for me? I was like, okay, do you mind? Can I use any oracle? And they're like, yeah, just give me some info. I was like, all right. So I shuffled this, and it does this really cool striped effect in the cards. I should shuffle it one more time. With having some left white and some black. Now, I will most likely just go ahead and shuffle the cards, but doesn't that look kind of neat? Or maybe not. You let me know what you think. I most likely will just go ahead and color all them in, but it just reminds me on how I did that two-tone effect on my mermaids, where I did some in purple and some in that blue, and I really like that. I haven't had the urge to color it. I love the different look. I kind of like how that does this on this one, but because I didn't really do it evenly and I kind of know which cards didn't get marked, that I probably won't leave it like this, but I might do one of my other decks like this. I don't know. I think it looks kind of fun. But yeah, I think I will go ahead and color them all in so it's all even in color. But I just thought I'd share that with you. If you haven't seen this deck, I'd like to clarify something that I've noticed some people, the people who did, not all the people who did reviews and walkthroughs, but a couple, quite a few actually, and I'm sure there's a few who got the information correct. Now, I don't think anybody got it wrong. In my first videotaping, I accidentally said the wrong number of cards. So I wanted to clarify that this is I believe a 45 card deck. So let me just take a peek again to make sure I got the number right on this Faery Forest by Lucy Cavendish. Yeah, 45 cards. And I want to point out, somebody was saying this is a Celtic deck. No. It is a Celtic, Norse/Viking Saxon deck. And there was something else. I just wanted to clarify that. Those kind of details bother me. Oh yeah, so it says, these remnant forests once were home to the sacred groves of the Celts, the Saxons, and the Vikings, and to the people who were here long before we had names with which to call them to us, the fairy people. Now, this basically, that little short sentence pretty much tells you what's in this, what's covered in this Faery Forest, okay? That's who it covers. Some people are telling me, oh, it's a Celtic deck. I'm like, actually, no, it's not. And if you go through and read the names, you can tell that it's not, because there's Frigga, and there's elves, and there's fae, and then there's people called the Weaver, which is just, and it talks about weird, which is not necessarily a Celtic concept. It is a Norse, Viking, or I think possibly even Scandinavian, Saxon maybe, because they had some crossover with the Vikings and stuff. The elves, definitely Viking. Ragnarok is an end, kind of their end of the world story. And it can mean the end of something in your life. You know, it's supposed to be like the end of everything in the new beginning type thing. The ancient can be any culture, but it reminds me more strongly of the Saxon or some other paths other than Celtic. And then there's some others that are, like here's the Rune King. I really love this gnarly old wizard. And then you have the Yule Singer. So the Yule comes from the Celt and Norse traditions. Freyr is a Vanir god. And then the Merciful One is one of the Fae. Elvan, that would be the Vikings. The elves were part of the Norse people. Now the Soulkin, I am not sure what culture, but this is definitely Fae of some sort. And I am still studying and reading through the book. Mayboon, it would be a Saxon or even Irish tradition. Elfstruck. And then Fairy Norn, which would be a blend of the Celtic Fae and definitely Norse or Viking culture, possibly even. She Who Laughs would be a Fae. Hedge Witch. That one's up in the air. I'm going to have to go through and read, but I just want to clarify that not all of these are Celtic, okay? The Awen card, yes. Durira, possibly. Salu, maybe. The Cunning Woman, I believe that's actually Saxon, but I'm going to have to go back. The Trickster, usually that is going back to, well, that's in many different cultures. The Celts, the Vikings, the Saxons, even Native American cultures. Many different cultures had tricksters. How they depict the trickster is very defiant. Isa or Isa, that would be, I believe, Viking or Saxon, not Celtic. So I just wanted to say, to clarify, that this is inclusive of many different cultures and traditions in the European, of the European people and folk beliefs and beings. So it's inclusive. It's very inclusive. So I just wanted to make that clear. And I don't want to go through all the if you want to get a walkthrough through all the cards, there's some very lovely ones already out. I'm not going to do that, but I did want to give you a peek at what it looks like colored, and as I think you can see, it's kind of fun. I know I need to get it back, but let's see, predominantly black. Let's see. God, I mixed up. I just kind of like that look of having some white ones mixed with black ones, but I really like the look of the black. I'm going to do that for sure. I'm going to finish coloring this in. See, here's the more predominant look of the black. I'm going to just take that section so you can see it. It's only a section, mind you, and I just think that that's such an improvement compared to the white with the black, unless you were wanting like a two-tone deck, which would be totally relevant. If you were going to cut it down to one of these other borders, then you'd have to adjust the coloring. I don't think black would be the best, but some people pointed out that the inner borders does not mesh well with the outer borders for cutting it down, so I thought edging would be the best thing. And that's what this is about. So I thank you, and I just wanted to share that and that little bit about the cultural blend in this deck. And I hope you found it interesting. Again, I used the black chisel tip Sharpie, and I so enjoy personalizing my decks in this way. Let me know if you have done anything different with your Fairy Forest Oracle, or if you like what I did, or if you think two-tone is cool, or if you think all black is better, anything along those lines, feel free to comment or subscribe or whatever you wish. And yeah, if you want a thorough walkthrough on that deck, please just look it up. I think almost a lot of my favorite people that I subscribed have all done a bit of walkthroughs with this one, but if you'd really like my opinion, and I do know that I have a couple different opinions on it, I'd be happy to do a more thorough review. But otherwise, please go look it up on YouTube. There's plenty out there. Peace out. Thanks for your time. Bye-bye.